We are live.
Are we live? We live?
We live.
I mean, is that a question?
To be live or not to be live? Or go to V Live?
Or go to V Live. You know,
You're living.
therapeutic massages, I don't know what to say about that.
Nigga, what?
I mean, I like them.
How random.
I like them, but
Is it the happy ending that you're really seeking?
Oh,
I've never had one of those.
You never had the rub and tug?
Never rub and tug.
hey, rubbing time.
Oh, Lord.
Sounds
have
like
you
she's
given
had
a
some.
rub and tug?
Well,
Hey, what's up, people? Welcome to the Bogus Show. I'm your boy, Wiley Love. Mr. Love, if you're nasty. We're bringing to you our very brand new, fresh, in-your-face podcast talking about the lighter side of serious topics. Behind the camera is our boy, S. Dot, Mr. Steve Rogers, Captain America himself.
hey,
And we are also bringing to you,
hey, here she go now.
which one is it?
Miss Tilly, aka Tish Till in the building.
Oh, Lord.
Representing that 405 every day, all day, but I'm in that 214.
Hey, she is amped up and ready to go.
I'm ready.
So what's the deal today, people? It's St. Patty's Day.
Woo, yes.
Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Turn up with your green beer.
I'm
Let
still
loose, have fun.
slizzard from the night before, so
I have no green on, so I've just been getting pinched all day. So by some that I like and some that I don't, but it's another story.
It is
So
what it is.
we are coming to you today from the Smoking Jacket. If you live in the South, man, this is a black-owned spot. What's the political way to say it? Is it woman-owned?
Black, strong woman-owned establishment where ladies can come and have some sticks and gentlemen can come as well. It's a very nice spot. If you're grown and mature, sexy, and you want to just relax, have a little cocktail, have some bourbon,
And of
just
course,
chill out.
burn your sticks. I got a little Gurkha right now. A new smoke for me. This is a dragon, but yeah, you burn your sticks, you smoke cigars. This is one of the spots down here. It's a very nice spot. So
We in here.
that's where we at. We in here.
Padron 1964 is my favorite stick. I'm not smoking right now, but
Oh, Lord.
your girl will be on one sometime tonight.
It's on the schedule.
I'm new to Gurkhas, actually. I've never smoked a Padron.
Oh, so smooth.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
smooth.
I normally smoke, I was telling him, either Romeo and Juliet or La Flores.
I love Romeo and Juliet as well.
I'm new to Leaf. Leaf is really good. I actually smoked the Leaf here for the first time.
Okay.
It's a really good. Connecticut is my favorite. I think they have 4 different sticks that are really good.
Okay.
And I smoked a Gurkha like maybe a year ago, but I came to an event here Wednesday. They had a Gurkha event, and I bought a few. And this is one of the reserves. You can't really get them here yet. They haven't really produced them that much. Yeah, it's a dragon.
Okay.
I smoked the Red Witch, which is really, really smooth. It's a loose smoke. It's real peppery.
Okay.
But I haven't tried this one before, so I'm gonna light this one up and see what we got.
Cool. All right.
And Steve, you're new to it.
I'm new to it. So I've just been really getting into. It's hard to do. I just been really getting into smoking the cigars and stuff like that. I started off with Romeo and Juliet, like what y'all mentioned. So I'm still trying to find that flavor that I like. I like them a little mild. I don't want them too harsh or anything like that. But definitely enjoying what I've got so far. Learning more and more about the different types and the different flavors.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
and I really like a good cigar with some whiskey or something like that.
Yeah. The Padron is very smooth, but it also gets the job done. I have never met anyone that has smoked it that did not like it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a little bit more on the price side.
Mhm.
Like the one that I get is around $14,
Yeah.
$15, but it's worth the smoke. So
That's what's up.
if you get into it, try the Padron 1964. It's yummy.
And that was brought to you by Miss Tilly. Patron 1964. Is that the right one?
Patron. P-A-D-R-O-N.
Patron. There we go. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
What's up,
So
Mama?
since you mentioned that pricey ass cigar,
Woo!
did you get your tickets for On the Run yet?
No, sir. And the reason why I haven't is because they rich than a bitch. Hey, I love me some Beyonce, I love me some Jay-Z, but I'd rather just listen to them on the radio. It's crazy how they always release around tax season time.
They
You know
they're
what?
doing.
I saw that via social media. Everybody was on that.
Yeah. They ain't crazy.
No, I don't think they're dumb at all.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're not.
Yeah.
But I thought that was very, very interesting. Of course, that everybody was like, "Yeah, tax season. Everybody get their tickets." And the show is when in September. So
I'm not sure exactly when the show is, but the simple fact that the tickets are crazy. I heard that tickets were like around $700. Like, why?
Oh, yeah.
What was that song that Jay-Z just came out and he was talking about still nigga or something, but
Yeah.
you're selling tickets for $700? How about y'all are they billionaires? Like where are they at? Are they close to it?
I don't think they've reached the billion status.
They're close
they're
to
up there together though.
Yeah.
I think they're fairly close.
Because I want to say Beyonce is somewhere around 800 mil, I want to
Okay.
say. And I think Jay is somewhere around, no, I'm sorry. I think Jay is somewhere around 800 mil. And I think Beyonce is somewhere around 5.
Okay.
So they close, but,
Yeah.
you know, combine them two.
Yeah. My thing is why do your tickets have to be that expensive?
Well,
I don't understand that.
you gotta. Well, I'm sure you understand. Like Beyonce is our Tina Turner.
Correct.
She's a Tina
True
Turner
that.
of our generation.
Mm-hmm.
She commands that. Like she is the woman for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody loves her. They love how she looks. They love her performance. They're in her life in terms of being a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything that has to do with it. I mean, just look how when she released Lemonade, like how everybody jumped on that.
I didn't. I love it. Like I'm not a Bay hater. I do love her. I love her music. I love her style. I love her look. But I'm a Rihanna fan. And you
Oh,
don't see
you're
Rihanna
part of the Navy.
selling. Yes, part of the Navy. And you don't see Rihanna selling her tickets at $700. You just don't. And I just feel like they need to bring their pricing down. I understand the level that they're on, but at the same time, help your people. Like if
Real
you
talk.
want them to support you and see you, y'all can afford to have some $100, $200 tickets. Like it doesn't take that much to get support. People already love you, so why are you breaking our pockets and then make a song about still a nigga, and then it's like almost contradicting.
Right. You're trying to represent yourself from being from the hood,
Yeah.
but everything that you're displaying is not hood-like.
Yeah,
You know, you're
that's
taking
it.
yourself away from that. You're taking half of your audience out.
Although I do agree with both of you, I'm gonna disagree. And it's not to say that I got the cash to go just shell out thousands of dollars on tickets to go see them either.
For a couple of hours.
Right.
Now, please.
For the past, like the last at least 5, maybe 10 years, like Jay has been nothing but black excellence. Like
Yeah.
this is where we need to be, whether it's talking about the type of dress you're wearing,
True.
the culture you're in, whatever you do, he's always been about, and I say always, the last, let's call it 7 years, let's put hands. Black excellence. Like
Correct.
he had a song with Kanye on Watch the Throne, Black excellence.
Right.
So whether it's culture, buying paintings, smoking cigars, Duce, you know, his music, even Magna Carta Holy Grail, when he moved on from that, like, what did he say on, was it Watch the Throne? It's like, if you want it was Blueprint 3.
Was that far back?
If you listen to my old shit, go buy my old album. Like, this is where I'm at now. It's all about progression.
True that.
And I think that's something that we need as a culture.
Yeah.
It's a few of us that are on it. I think we're progressive enough at the table to speak to that. But I won't necessarily say that their tickets are too much. I ain't saying I'm gonna buy one. But
I get what Wiley is saying, but at the same time, is it marketing?
of course it is.
No, just peep where I'm coming from. Is he bringing up the black community because he wants that support just to get that sale for that $700 type ticket. Like, you have to look at every aspect of the world and where we're coming from and what people will do and won't do just for the money. Y'all say he support us, but do he really?
How much does he give back is what you're saying?
Exactly.
Well, I think that's something we should dig into is does he give back? And if he does, what is he giving back?
Exactly.
And, I mean, I think we can charge each of ourselves with that, too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know, like, I've looked into giving back to the community, volunteering.
I serve all the time.
Yeah, well, I know you do, and that's one reason why I went to that and brought that up is, like, I struggle with that.
Okay.
Because I think about it all the time, but I never put the action behind it to do it. Sometimes, but not nearly as proactive as I should.
Yeah, and now with you knowing people that actually do it, it's going to be easier for you to get involved. When you don't know anybody, it's kind of hard. Like, where do I start? What do I do? But with you, like, for instance, you knowing me, you be like, hey, Tish, when is the next time y'all going to volunteer? Or next time I get the information, I can let you know. Because we do it once, twice a month. Therefore, I can get you involved, you know, because it's all about us reaching back.
Right.
And pulling up.
I agree.
So, yeah, definitely.
Like, in saying that, that's kind of why I went to that is, I think that's the hybrid message that we shouldn't necessarily be on J or B for that matter, or anybody on that level for pushing us up, because I think it takes a hybrid effort. We should have someone pushing us, and someone also reaching back and pulling us along as well.
Real talk.
Correct.
And I mean,
correct.
As a culture, like, if we do that, which is, I think, what Black Panther was so dope to me about is, I think it preached to that.
Woo, Black Panther!
On so many levels.
Oh my God.
I mean, hell, it's been over a month since the movie came out, but it's still so fresh to me.
And people are still talking about it. It's so relevant.
I think it's warranted. I mean, outside of the comic book aspect, and if you pick apart the movie for what it is, just what it did for the culture, I think was like one of the dopest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely.
And I got on the hype even outside of when I found out who the cast was, because I'm a Marvel fan. Like, I've been a comic book fan since I was a kid, so I follow all of that. But Ryan Coogler, the director,
he a bad dude.
That dude is dope.
I don't know anything about him until Black Panther came out. And
Really?
it just makes me so proud. Because I'm one of those people, I don't really just pay attention to the details of everything when it comes to directors and all of that. I'm getting more into it, more hip to it, because it's just better to be informed of who you are supporting, and, you know, just everything, just being informed all the way around. So I'm just getting more into being that person instead of just this free spirit that's all over the place.
I think that comes with maturity.
Yes.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm all over the place too. But I can be serious at times. But most of the time, I'm just goofy.
Yeah, most of the time.
That's me. Big old goofball. I love life.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I love to live and be happy, but I'm starting to get a little bit more serious about life and just be more informative with myself and the world. Like, I don't even watch the news, but because it's saddening. So I try to get more in tune with what's going on. Because when you're at work and you're like, oh my God, like, how did you hear about this, or what's going on? And I'm clueless. Like, I don't even know, you know?
Yeah. So, and I agree, and I think it's, here we go again. But no, I think what's cool.
Lord, there we go. There it is. There it is. I was waiting on
that. He's waiting on that one. He's waiting on that.
He got that puff. He got the right one today.
No, but what I was saying, I think they tried to make a movement of us trying to pay attention to everything that goes on with the production. Tyler Perry really tried to push that and say, okay, it's he has been doing, you know, full black cast or mostly black cast with his movies, and
awareness.
Sadly it took Black Panther so this long between Tyler Perry's first and then Black Panther for people to start recognizing. Like, what's his name, Ryan Coogler? Yeah. Because Ryan Coogler, he did Fruitvale Station, which was a great movie.
And I've heard about that. I've never seen it. And
you should watch it.
The reason I haven't watched it is because of things that people have told me, and I don't want to get upset. Like, I always try to feed my energy with good things, and so I was like, I kind of want to see it from the curiosity of the comments that I have received about the movie, but at the same time, I don't want to have that hate in my heart after I watch it. Because I can be a very emotional person. I'm rational, but emotional when I see things like that, because I always feel like black people have been victimized, and it's just hard to deal with that being a black woman, you know?
Well, and I think that's one of the important reasons why movies like that, and just current events period, when you say you don't watch the news, I think it's important that we stay abreast of things that are going on day to day, even if it saddens you. I'm not saying you got to watch it every day, but at least like tune in maybe once a week just to try to keep up on what's happening. And we mentioned, you know, Ryan Coogler trying to tie this all together. Like, Fruitvale Station is a true story.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was told. I was like, wow.
And just based on, you were touching on the victimization of black people, like Oscar Grant, which is who the movie is about, like, he just was dealt a bad hand in that particular situation. Like, he was trying to pull his life together, but the devil was just on him in that particular point, and he just got caught up. And I praise Ryan Coogler for, one, being a visionary to want to put a movie like that together. Even though it was early on in his career, it was still such a powerful message to send, and each of his movies have that. So his next movie, I believe, was Creed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you
I've
seen
seen
that?
Creed. Yes, I love Creed.
I mean, I'm a Rocky fan, but to see the story take the turn to go,
I agree.
I mean, Ryan Coogler being a visionary to put that kind of message together, and the messages it has in that movie, you know, Apollo, you know, being who he was, you know, he was the Muhammad Ali-esque type character.
Right.
But
just to bring that culture into the movie and relate it back to Rocky as well, it's like you're bringing cultures together, because Rocky was, what was his ethnicity?
He's Italian.
Italian, yeah. So to just, you know, integrate, we're all
white people with big dicks.
Yeah. We all are people, so it just shows you that we're all human and we all have our struggles and we're all the same, just different skin tone color. So,
I mean, even outside of that, on a micro concept, which is why I love Black Panther so much. Like, he brought it back to situations that are very relevant to us as black people. Like Fruitvale Station, for one, with police brutality and just being dealt a bad hand and trying to be a good person, to Creed, which is someone that came from a circumstance. The main character, Donnie, you know, his circumstance was, he knew who his father was, being a famous boxer, but he was brought up in the foster care. And, you know, he didn't know his parents. So he didn't have that attachment. He was detached from what reality really was. His reality was very, very different. So you fast forward to his same character, Killmonger, in Black Panther, he was detached from culture. And I think Black Panther did a very, very, very good job of showing what that detachment is amongst black people, black men.
The emotions that come from that.
Not even just from being here growing up without parents. I mean, I was blessed to have both of my parents. But a lot of my friends didn't. And I've actually been told by several of my friends that they viewed my parents in such a way as their parents. Like, they learned a lot from my own people. You know, and then the cultural aspect of us being here in America as black people and the detachment from our African ancestry. That got away with me bad in the movie. I mean, I was stuck to the screen like, wow.
It wasn't a moment where I was bored. I was just drawn in the whole movie. And to relate back to what you were saying about growing up without your parents and all that, I'm a woman that grew up without my birth father, but my siblings' dad raised me. So I related to that movie. And it just goes to show you how deep it is in our culture of how much our black men are needed. They are needed in this culture to raise the men up to be what they're supposed to be. And I don't know, it was just so heartfelt. It taught us a lot. And I feel like if you have both your parents, don't have both your parents, any kind of color, origin, whatever you are, I think everybody should see that movie because it helps us to understand each other at every aspect, whether you're black, white, whatever. But it also helps us, the outside world that aren't black, where our culture comes from, why we are the way we are,
right,
and just things of that nature.
Right.
I mean, segueing off of what you're saying, I mean, it's not even just about black men. The portrayal of black women.
Yeah.
in that movie
Oh, the
was-
strength
Oh,
of
yeah.
the black woman.
I
in there
don't
was
even
heavy.
have the words to say. I'm just gonna say it was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, it was.
Definitely.
I mean, if you
It
look
made me
at
proud to be a black
Right,
woman.
you know what I'm saying?
It like, I don't even know what the word is. What's the word? It reaffirmed who I am as a black woman and why I am so strong-minded and so independent, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
This world has tried to make us feel like it's something wrong with being a black woman in America, and it's not. It's not wrong to have a strong mind, to go get your degrees, to work hard, but it's still expect to be nurtured by a black man and taken
real
care
talk.
of and be loved. Yes, I'm strong, but I'm still a woman. I still
I
have
think
a heart.
you-
I still have.
I'm not gonna say
sensitivity to
Steve.
stuff.
I'm not gonna say Steve
Not gonna say Steve
because you're the married individual at this table.
without my ring today, but that's okay. We're not
Hey,
gonna-
hey, see, you tell it on yourself. Self snitching.
No, she already got me.
Self
cuz
snitching.
She already seen
I
it.
got your back, sis. You watching? I got your back. He wrong. He need to have it on. You ring. I wish I was, man. My husband walked out the door with no ring.
She was
Why
putting
you- what-
she was
what?
putting lotion on my hands this morning. She took the ring off.
Okay.
She was lotioning up because brother was ashy when he got out the
Okay,
shower. She's
so-
taking care of her man. She's taking care of the
Good.
king.
Good.
Just forgot to put the ring back on. You know, so
Who
I
forgot? You or
I,
her?
I forgot. I take the blame. I did it. You know.
Sis,
All right,
I
all
got
right.
you. Back on the topic.
No. I'm gonna get off the topic in this particular case because as I mature, what does the ring really mean?
Clink clink. No, I'm kidding. No.
To me, the ring shows I'm unavailable. It shows that I'm loyal to my husband. It shows that, okay, if you come and talk to me, I'm going to still tell you I'm unavailable. It's a symbol of commitment and love under God's oath. That's
Okay.
what I feel the ring represents.
But Steve, what does the ring really mean?
It means you got. No, I'm kidding. No, I absolutely agree with everything that Miss Tilly said. It does show that commitment. I mean, if you go back to the deep symbolism of it, the 360 degrees of the circle, which encompass this is our beginning. There's no beginning. There's no ending
Right.
of
Okay.
this relationship.
I'm with
So
that.
Yeah.
that's the symbolic meaning of it. And there was some more about why you put it on the ring. Why
Yeah.
you put it on the ring finger and some other things. I'm not gonna get into that, but it definitely puts on the forefront that I have made this commitment to somebody. I'm giving myself to that person, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, you tell me if that's it. Like
It's
I said, you
it's
the
a
one that's
commitment.
better.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a commitment because that's what we look at as single people. If we're out and we're socializing and we're trying to, get to know somebody or think, oh, they're attractive, let me see.
Right.
As a black woman, or no, I ain't gonna say as a black woman. As a woman,
Right.
I look and see if he has a ring on. Doesn't necessarily mean he's single. Doesn't necessarily mean he's not married. It doesn't, because guess what? Mr. Steve over here is married without his ring on. So you can't just go off of, oh, is the ring there? But it's a quick way of kind of trying to figure out, okay,
Yeah.
is he available or not?
Right.
Well, speaking to that availability, I don't think that people respect those boundaries today.
Not like they
As-
did
Not
in
like
the
they
back.
used to.
Not, yeah.
No.
It's totally different right now.
it used to be
And-
shut down immediately if they saw it.
Yes.
And I'm
People
glad
used
that-
to not even. I'm
No,
not
go
trying
ahead,
to-
go ahead.
People used to not even approach other people that had rings on. Now
Right.
it's like, it's almost like a challenge,
It's a challenge.
these days.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
I think I'm glad you said the word challenge. That's an active word because I think, as you mentioned as well, like even though you don't have your ring on, you still stand behind what that means. Yeah. Thank you. Even though you got the camera on me, you're telling me to wipe my face.
Hey, bro, you weren't supposed to acknowledge the thing. You're supposed to make it cool, like, yo, what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
Playing off at night, I got a little scratch, itch,
Like that
See,
short
people
commercial.
did to me, I was like, and kept talking, like,
There you go. We're gonna work on these signals, all right?
Lord help.
I need help. I need help. But
Real
no,
quick.
It's
I'm sorry.
Still there. Hold on. It's still. I think it's a dead skin or something.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we're
just
live, but
exfoliate.
I gotta help my brother.
So I'm gonna get you that mask.
Hold on, I gotta help my
You need
brother.
the peel mask.
Yeah. I need,
This
there we
episode
go.
is
There we
brought
go.
to you
There we
by
go.
Pantene. Not Pantene. What is it?
Lord, it's too much.
It's okay. Oh, there we go. I got
We're gonna go to commercial. We're gonna go to commercial right now.
It's too late.
We are
it's
at
too late.
the
it.
cigar.
I got it.
We are at the
Thank you.
Smoking Jacket Cigar Lounge here in Cedar Hill. Please come and join us. And actually, I did want to say one of our listeners, friend of the show, and also best friend of us, Mr. Antoine Jackson. He's chiming in. He's asking what kind of cigars we're smoking right now.
AJ, I am smoking a Gurkha. It's a Dragon. This is actually a very, very smooth smoke. This is the first time I smoked this one. I actually got this the other night. I'm glad you asked that, man. Like, I like cigars for the cultural aspect. It gives you something to talk to everyone about, just from the taste. But yeah, this is a dope smoke, man. I will suggest this to anyone. You should come join us, sir.
Yes, you should. And for those that don't know, Antoine is also an international recording artist, Antoine Jackson. You can look his music up on SoundCloud, Google Play, and iTunes. Shameless plug for the homeboy. Now, back to our show.
Oh, so we done with the commercial now?
You done scratching your face?
Hey, I'm gonna work on that.
Miss Tilly, do you have any bass for the gentleman?
Terrible.
We'll give him some pancake number 5. What is that?
Oh, Lord.
I use Clinique, but I'm just saying.
There you
that
go.
I mean, y'all see my skin.
Look out. Look out. Like
Like
that.
Beyonce said.
I
She on
will
fleek
say
or
you're
something.
looking quite radiant today.
You look nice
Thank you.
on this St. Patty's Day.
Is it quite regular?
Radiant.
Oh, radiant. I thought you
He
said
called you a
regular.
regular. No.
Hey, regular is better
Regular.
than basic.
Base.
No, that's funny. Like, as a culture, have we moved past the word basic for women
I don't
or
think
people?
so.
Period.
I don't think we moved past basic. It's still relevant. these
It's still
days.
relevant.
Yeah.
People are still basic. Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Wow.
This is an explicit show, so if you want to say basic bitch, you can go ahead and say. There you go. All right.
I could die with y'all right now.
Why not?
I just
That is the whole point. You over there on your Hennessy.
Ooh, Hennessy all the way from what's it, Jamaica? It's somewhere. My friend brought it back for me. It's the Hennessy White. It ain't
Oh,
the red.
I was
Got
just
that
about to
hit. I
ask.
said, watch out.
Yeah, that. I'm not a big Hennessy fan just because like I hate how I'm gonna be a nerd right now.
You
I
do?
hate how liquor oxidizes, even though like I'm a borderline alcoholic.
Uh-oh.
But Hennessy does too much to me, man.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Like when I drink it, like
Well, we got stories.
Uh-oh.
not on Hennessy, man.
Oh.
Not on Hennessy?
No, I don't do too much on Hennessy because I don't drink it that much.
Right.
But
Well,
when I
real
do drink
point,
it,
real
it's
point.
just it feels like it never leaves me.
Really?
Yeah, it's like so heavy for me.
It's not heavy for me though.
Yeah.
I'm heavy. What's heavy to me is when I drink like vodka or something like that. Like I always end up with a hangover the next day. It just lingers in my soul. I don't understand. I'm like, Lord Jesus, why is my head pounding? But when I drink Crown Royal or Hennessy, I'm good. It doesn't affect me at all.
I used to drink. I never really got into Hennessy. No, I still drink.
Okay.
I don't drink, like he said, I don't drink Hennessy that much. Not because it really affected me. I guess I just kind of wore out on it. I'm more into the whiskeys now. So
Okay,
I really
yeah.
like Jameson.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jameson.
love Jameson.
so-
That's one of my other go-tos.
The other go-to is Jameson.
Yeah.
So
You mentioned Jameson on St. Patty's Day. Boy,
Oh,
boy,
yeah.
you're terrible. Boy, you're
Dude.
terrible. Hey, man.
Jameson.
Yeah,
What's up?
I'm good on Jameson shots. I don't really do a lot of whiskeys, but Jameson shots, I'm good for that.
there you go.
Jameson and pickle juice.
Oh yeah, you got to do that pickle juice.
That's new to Steve.
It'll help you.
Helps you
sober
hydrate.
up.
No, I know what
Yeah.
pickle juice does. I just never had Jameson and pickle juice.
Yeah,
I mean,
or
I'm-
you can take just a shot of Jameson and then take a shot of pickle juice. They usually have it at
Right.
bars. You can just ask for them. Like, hey,
Yeah.
can I get a shot of pickle juice?
Yeah. Call
There
it
you go.
pickleback.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to mix it. You can do it separate.
Separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure you got some gum afterwards.
Oh man, you don't want to be talking to the ladies and be like, "Oh, why is your breath so tall?"
Hey, girl.
No sir, no sir.
But I had a question, and I'm going to direct this more so to you, Miss Tilly. Kind of going back to when we were talking about like the ring and commitment and things. Mm-hmm. More recently, we've been seeing. Well, I've been seeing a lot of posts on social media in regards to nowadays the role of a woman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where you see people, where you see women, like there's this.
Let's get in it.
Yeah.
Get into it.
Let's
like,
get into this role.
There was a topic on, it's a new show on BET, I think it's called The Man Cave. And Steve Harvey was the guest, and they was asking him, well, they were questioning people on the streets in regards to women that are now asking men to marry them.
Oh yeah,
Honey,
yeah.
please.
You know, so I guess I'll spin it around. So
Go ahead.
I'm a terrible cameraman.
I'm over here telling everybody to tune in live on the Bogus Show. So
Absolutely.
I'm not ignoring him. I'm just
No.
I'm telling everybody tune in because we live, bitch. All right, go ahead. Finish what you have to say.
No, but no. What was he saying? It started with the question about one, do you think it's proper or men accepting a proposal from a woman? But then then it went even further as to now you see more confident women, more independent women, and you're seeing this slow trend of women bringing in the income, women making more money than the man in the relationship, and there are a lot of men that are okay with that because at one point in time, a man felt like he was, I don't want to say undervalued if his woman made more money than him, or even nowadays you see that men are stay-at-home dads, so to speak. And that's frowned upon. So what do you think about that?
Ooh, Lord Jesus, here we go.
Let's go.
As my mind matures and as I look into every aspect of life and what everybody's preference is different.
Right.
I come from an old school background where my grandfather, my great grandfather, my dad, they were and still are today our providers. Like we're very close-knit family. I didn't grow up with my biological father, but like I mentioned earlier, my siblings that raised me.
Right.
Therefore, I still know, what a father is.
Right. You still had an example.
Yeah. So he raised us to be strong because it's 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 boy. He raised all of us girls to be strong, independent black women. But he also informed us, if a man can't do what I can do for you or more, don't bring his ass to my house.
Real talk.
And he still to this day say that because he comes from a background where the man provides. And my mother, she worked. She didn't necessarily have to work, but she did, and he still provided. My grandfather, whom is not still with my grandmother, he's in Oklahoma. My grandma is in East Texas. He pays her bills. They ain't even together. They ain't been together for over 20 years. So it's just different things when it comes to what a woman role is. And keep in mind, neither one has never remarried. They're like best friends. So it's like a bond that they have. Yeah,
that is dope.
Like we go on a family trip every year.
I'm ashing everywhere.
We go on a family
Lord,
trip.
see, look
Lord
at this.
Jesus. Lord. But to keep
What
going,
you're talking about is just so powerful. It shook my cigar.
Lord, help him, Lord.
But I think, not to go away from what you were saying in terms of what a woman's role is, but I think men as well have gotten away from what it means to be a man and what our value is to our women. And like you mentioned, just the example of, they're no longer married, but he's still paying her bills. Like, provision spans a long way. It's not just about money.
They got 6 kids together. Like,
come on now.
You know what I'm saying? 6.
Yeah, I mean, provision is protection, and profession, which I hate to take that from Steve Harvey because I'm not a super fan of everything he's been saying, but those things are important. And it's important that we have those values as black people, and your example mentioned all of those. Like the fact that they're not even married and he still wants to make sure she's covered.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't find that a lot these days.
And I don't know how we got away from that.
Exactly. I do.
Right.
I feel that this world, social media, the news, and a lot of things have been feminizing
Oh yeah.
our men.
Here we go.
I really do feel that, because what you learn, why is my grandfather, my great grandfather that way? They were taught that.
Right.
When you have absent fathers in the home,
Come on now.
how are we supposed to know how our black men are supposed to know to be that way?
Right.
And they're watching all this stuff on social media, calling women hoes, bitches, twerk, this, that. And I ain't gonna lie, you know that song, twerk, twerk, oh, that's my jam. It's catchy, but at the same mind frame, I was like, listen, man, when that song come on, me and my sister, we start twerking and dancing, but at the same time, we were raised in the 80s, so we also know it's just a song.
Okay.
Kids these days, they actually believe in that shit.
That's true.
It's bullshit. All the lyrics, the other day we was on our way to Houston driving, and on the lyrics it said, twerk it down to the floor, show us your mama made a hoe. He's basically saying, oh, just because you twerking and dancing and have a good time, you a hoe. No, honey. But the kids in this time of day, they believe that, and they feel like being a hoe is what's gonna help them succeed in life and bring them money.
Okay, so I have a question.
Video vixens and all this other stuff, which I'm not mad at.
No. In saying that though, how do we reground ourselves into that not being the reality? It's just based on what you're saying, like, okay, look, it's just a song, I'm enjoying myself, and you don't integrate that. You don't integrate that into the character of that person. Yeah. Like, how do we not do that?
Honey, I don't even know what to tell you, because I just feel like I do know. It starts at home. It starts with parenting. Even though my parents worked and were gone all day, every day, they still instilled in us family values and what you were supposed to be as a woman and what you were supposed to be as a man. These days, taxes, not making as much money as you need to survive, to support your family.
Right.
It has influenced the parenting today to where the kids are raising themselves. There's no parenting at home. We used to eat at a table as a family every night.
That's a big thing now.
They don't do. I don't even know anybody that actually does that this day.
Yeah, I think it on an individual basis, like it works for the family the way it works.
Yeah.
And I know that's ambiguous to say, but
no, that's true. That's real.
If you have those dynamics in place, it can still work with. Just we talked about the ring before. The table is a symbol. Like, we're all on the same level. We're eating the same food. We're having the same conversation.
To me, it reflects back to God, I feel.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it does.
Because at the end of the day, it's like daddy and mama is like, how was your day? How was school? How was work? You know, you're involved. You're involved with each other's day, and you're able to say, oh, this is what happened. And we have a discussion as a family of what you need to do to improve yourself for that next day coming. A lot of kids go to sleep not even seeing their parents probably till a week later or the next day, but it's like a come and go. It's not any type of interaction.
No, I agree with that. But I don't think that creates I don't think that necessarily in itself creates the void. I'm a firm believer everything is a choice. So
true.
If you're a single mother, or you're in a family setting where you got to work to make sure you put food on the table for everyone, you got to work 2-3 jobs or whatever you got to do, everything is a choice. Am I going to choose to be a good father? Am I going to choose to be a good mother?
Yep.
Am I going to choose to make this a family setting? Am I going to choose to be involved?
Right.
Like, everything is a choice, and I think a lot of people get away from what that choice is. I mean, even myself, I struggle with it. Like, we get out of balance a lot of times, and I think as a culture right now, we're out of balance.
We're not in tune at all.
No, and that's why we see a lot of the feminization of men. We also see the masculinization of women. That same aspect.
Yeah, you said something there.
You have to be pulled in the opposite direction if there's a void of what you think will keep you in balance.
You know why it's a lot of masculation of women these days is because we were already made to be nurturers and vulnerable.
Right.
So when we feel, as a woman, we want to feel secure and safe. And when we don't, that's when we get masculine, because we have to protect our own hearts. We have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our children, our careers. Just like black men are discriminated against, black women are too in the professional world. So we don't only have to fight against our black men, we have to fight against the world as well.
Right.
So it's hard to like balance both worlds. It's very hard.
I think that's one area where we can come together as men and women, because just as you mentioned that fight, we all know that black men are attacked as well. But we have to ground ourselves in that fight and pull ourselves together, because we have
ash all over the place, Mr. Steve.
No, he got some hang time. I'm telling you, it's what you were saying is what made my ash fall off. It was gonna stay there, but what you were talking about was like it was an earthquake. See.
There it is.
Got him.
Got me. All right.
Got him.
No, but everything that you just said in the last few minutes has been so dope. You know what I mean? Like, I think those are conversations we have amongst ourselves, but we don't have them as a people.
Yes.
And
definitely.
until we do that, I mean, we're going to be in the same position that we've always been.
Yeah.
We're making strides. Don't get me wrong. We're light years past where we were, but we still got a long way to go.
Yes.
And
we have to be conscious of it, but not only be conscious of what's going on in our world today, we have to adjust, we have to reach back, and we have to teach. Basically, we have to be active. We can't just hear it and be like, oh, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong. We have to be an active people.
I'm going to call a 20-second timeout real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all can hear the song in the background, but this
Might
is
not pick it up. Yeah.
This is a perfect setting for what we're talking about right now, to kind of bring it down and bring gravity to the situation. Like, I'm real big on music too.
Yeah.
Like, I love music. Music is a soundtrack to life.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, I can find a song for every situation. And just
definitely.
hearing No Sunshine When She's Gone right now, talking about women and men and family settings and all of that, like,
Definitely.
I don't know if y'all feel it.
I definitely feel it. I definitely feel it.
I feel it.
And
because it's speaking to the heart, and it's speaking to Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone, because if you want to get into the Bible or the spiritual side of it, a man who finds a good wife,
say that,
his life changes because she makes it better for him. She's a support mate.
Supposed to.
Yes, supposed to. Everybody ain't. Every wife ain't. But what I'm saying is, if she ain't making you better, player, you need to move around. Or y'all need to find out a way of communication.
All right, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate real quick, because I don't think it's just on the woman though to make life better. I think
it's not.
It's on men as well.
It is.
We got to do better.
It's a building process. When the two come together, it's, for the long time the culture believed that it was the man that takes care of the home, period. But it's together that they do that they build. And to add to what we were saying all together.
Man.
I don't mean to laugh. No, don't turn the camera around.
No, I have to.
You ever doing something on the side, y'all? Just cutting up, breaking stuff. Hey.
Oh, Lord.
But
Real man.
one thing that I wanted to touch on was one of the roles that I feel like is missing with us is the role as the father, as the husband, as the man, as the protector.
Yes.
You know, we have to protect our family, protect our children, our wives, and we're losing out on it.
Yes.
Whereas a lot of men feel like, well, she got it. You know what I'm saying?
She's strong. She's
strong enough to do it. Don't worry about it.
No, we still need you, even though we're strong and independent.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we fed into that independent woman perspective as a culture so much, and I'm
damn boozy.
I've always hated that though, and it's not that.
You know what that means, man?
Let me say this. And I feel that, and what he's speaking to is that
would be the Hennessy.
A little bit. I'm a little
what he's
power.
speaking to, regardless of how ratchet it is the strength of black women.
Right.
Black women are strength. And I think we've come away from that, which is why we see the feminization of black men, is that black women, just like you said, have had to be so strong for so long. And
But you know what? That's been since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning, it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Well, no, it has changed. Strength at its core has always been the same, is what you're saying.
Right.
In the past 100 years, though, black women altogether, but specifically black women, have had to be 1,000% stronger than they were because the opportunities are so different. The world has changed so much.
Yes.
And even though men haven't changed as much, I think we've let off of the responsibility. We've let our foot off the gas of the responsibility of being that protector and being the provision of being there because independent women have taken some of the slack off of us.
Yeah.
So we've gotten comfortable as men.
Comfortable and pacified.
Yeah.
Because as he was saying, black women have always been strong. At the same time, we always been going through some shit.
Yeah.
Back in the day, as in the slave days, we was getting raped by massa and having to come home to our kings, and nothing he can do about it because he'll get killed. And we got children and family. It's like, what do you do? How do you even handle that? So even like in today's corporate world, where we're getting basically shitted on, and then go back to the slave days where we was getting raped and just treated a different way, but we still have our black kings that we're with. We're still dealing with it on both aspects of the world from back in the day till the present time.
Right.
So it's like, how do we live and deal with that as a culture to help improve what's going on and still get the love and support from each other? Because we have to love and support each other. It's not one-sided. So
no, it's not.
It's like, what do we do? You know? So
that's the question: is what do we do?
Yeah.
It's the continuing question.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that we can do is continue to evolve. And I think that's one thing we should do in relationships as people. Like, we can't get stagnant in who we are. And I'm guilty of that. Like, I've gotten comfortable with things that are going on in my life. But I think in terms of being better people, it is easy. And that's
so
why.
natural too.
Natural. Comfort is natural. You're always going to seek what makes you feel good, what keeps you sane. But at the same time, that will make you crazy.
Yeah, it will. Because in the same place where you're finding comfort is the same place where you can go insane. Because it's the same. I posted on my Facebook the other day by, what was his name? The man that just passed. Lord Jesus.
Craig Mack?
Stephen Hawking?
Yes.
You said Craig.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Steve.
Just
Craig
like
Mack.
who the man?
Hey, flavor, yeah, we giving you that flavor. But Mr. Stephen Hawkins, he said something about how if you know something and you don't change it, basically that's insanity. And it's insane to keep doing the same old thing but wanting different results.
Yep, that is the definition of insanity.
Yeah, we have to change our process. We have to challenge ourselves to progress in life, and that's the only way we're going to. But no, that's the only way we're going to have some type of results in a positive way. If we don't challenge ourselves to do better and to live better, shit gonna stay the same.
It is.
Unfortunately.
Evolve.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Taking the initiative to change so you can evolve.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that. That was a word in itself.
Yeah.
Good talk. So, thank you all for joining us. We've never really had a proper way of ending these things.
We haven't. We probably should work on that.
Yeah.
Other than saying bye to everybody, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Bogus Show.
Oh, before that, I do want to add this. For those that are watching, especially on Facebook, y'all not realizing what this new, you might not have noticed the new pop-up. Myself, this gentleman here, we were part of the still are part of the Hollywood Park podcast, aka the Kickback podcast. It changed twice. Things have been revamped, so we are still here. We just took a break, but we do appreciate those that did follow us and continue to follow us, so that we can continue to bring you good content, good subjects. Make sure y'all continue to follow us, like the page. More Instagrams will pop up. Do y'all want to shout out y'all Instagram? No, not everybody got Instagram, so we ain't gonna worry about that.
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Follow me on Snapchat, Tish Till, TISHTILL. Miss Tilly, it's the same. It's ms.tilley. Holla at your girl, Snapchat. Woo.
Miss Tilly in the building.
Hey man, I just want y'all to follow the Bogus Show at the Bogus Show on Instagram. My individual page is Gallivant_Jones. I'm Mr. Love, Wiley Love III on Facebook. I'll let your boy.
And myself, S. aka Captain America, aka It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Or if you follow me on Instagram, it is S_dot_DFW. And again, like you said, follow us on the Bogus Show podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. Again, appreciate you guys following us. Appreciate you guys jamming with us. There will be more episodes. Also, big shout out to the Smoking Jacket Cigar Lounge here in Cedar Hill, Texas.
Thank you, Roz. Thank you, Roz.
Thank you, guys.
We really appreciate y'all allowing us to use this beautiful facility.
Black businesses.
Yes,
Come on,
black
y'all.
business. Yo, manager here, Roz, she opened up her doors to us. So we really appreciate that. Exclusive. So if y'all looking for a good cigar spot, we want to make sure y'all come out here and support this business. It is a beautiful, beautiful location. They have a VIP lounge upstairs. They got TVs all around. Certain nights they have the DJ come out.
Fabulous selection of cigars.
Yeah.
Really good
Great
selection.
sticks here. Great sticks.
Really good selection.
BYOB, hey, you can bring your
see,
Hennessy.
that's the best.
But also with this thing, it is St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Party responsibly.
Real talk.
Have fun. Uber or Lyft, whatever you have to do, call a friend. Please be responsible people, because we need each other. We need to keep growing and just being great people. So party responsibly.
PSA by Tish Till.
And on that note, we out. Thank y'all for watching.
Hey.
And y'all for joining us.